Hey guys, I'm Sati.
And I'm Miles.
Welcome to our episode.
In this episode, we're going to talk about why
Exes are
good for you. Dun, dun, dun. Do you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, believe it or not, they actually are good for us.
Why are exes good for us, Sati?
Well, I think they teach us what we want and what we don't want. And every experience, every relationship we have, we can take key points from. Would you agree?
Yeah, so for years I've been invested in personal development. So I've been listening to people like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Brendan Burchard, Brene Brown. They're not related. Wayne Dyer. And the reason why I've been doing that is because I'm really passionate about, I think we both are, really passionate about upgrading our minds, working on ourselves so that we can be the best version of ourselves. I'd actually say that had I not been doing all that personal development, I wouldn't have attracted Sati. So, you know how going to the gym, I always say going to the gym is working on is like physical body. I say that it's really important we spend as much time working on our mind if we want to attract just more positive people. And a big part of that is attracting, maybe for you if you're single, a love partner. But I always say that, I've said this in a video before, that arguably my ex-girlfriends have been better kind of teachers than Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Brendan Burchard. And the reason why is because what they've done is they've amplified in me where I've been, saying it as it is, a bit of a dick. Or I've been behaving in a way that is not at a standard that I would want to be perceived to be. Behaving in a way that I would not want my closest friends to see me. Behaving in a way that's frankly not in alignment with the personal development that I'm listening to.
But also this behaviour wasn't highlighted, like you didn't think you were doing anything wrong at the time. So
No, you only find out because you have an argument.
And then you reflect on it and go, shit, I was a dick, or...
Yeah, and most
to blame, more importantly, because that's what you do. Yeah,
and probably most of those arguments, I probably would have pointed the finger and said, it's their fault, it's their... Yeah. But eventually I remember getting to a point, probably the relationship before Sati, where I realised, looking back on reflection, probably even just a few weeks after that breaking up, realising that was my fault. So the reason why it didn't work is... One, my selection criteria was not appropriate. Hers probably wasn't either. So neither of us had done the appropriate work to get really clear on the kind of person we wanted. And I basically chose comfort over romance.
I think sometimes we just fall into relationships, like you just meet someone on a night out and you think, oh, he's in good shape, he goes to the gym, brilliant, we're going to have amazing connection.
Yeah. Or I'd rather just be... If I'm going to sit in on a Saturday night and watch TV or watch Netflix, I would rather do it with person than by myself. Yeah.
And we've all been there, because I've been there. Yeah. And you kind of just do that because it makes you feel good, even though inside you're thinking, oh, this bloke isn't right for me. Yeah. And I feel like I'm not getting anything from this relationship, and there's a lot to give, and we're bickering, we're fighting. And it's those things that start to highlight that something's not right. So why are exes good for us? Because we're able to see what we've done wrong in the past to then rectify it with our present relationship. And sometimes it doesn't take just that relationship. You may make the same mistake several times before you go, shit.
I have. Hands up if you've done that. I know I have.
I know that before Miles, I needed to be with a man that worked out at the gym, because the gym's a huge part of my life. But as Miles said before, it wasn't gym on the brain, it was more physical, aesthetically looking good. But then we couldn't connect, and I was like, there's something missing. So I had to have 3 or 4 relationships like that before going, oh.
So you still wanted the fitness criteria.
I had to have that.
So that was in the pros column.
Yeah.
But then there was some cons, and you were like, I need to remove those cons, right?
And it was important for me as a woman to go through those stages, because women, you may look at a man and go, oh great, he goes to the gym.
He looks
but there's so much more than just going to the gym. Like, there was a chap that I dated who took steroids. And my gosh, he was the most miserable git in the world, but he looked great. So when we went out on a night out, I was like, oh, this is great, Aaron Candy. But I didn't feel connected. So when we talk, it was so surface level. How are you? Yeah, should we go get another drink? What are we doing tomorrow? And it just felt like something was missing. So I had to have a lot of that to then go, shit, there's got to be more depth than this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can echo all those points. So I think the key thing is for you to, firstly, you have to take ownership that if you've had an ex that's scarred you, maybe they've cheated on you, they've been mentally or physically abusive, you have to take some responsibility for that. Like we call it cause and effect. So what cause and effect effectively means is nothing happens to you without you allowing it to happen to you. So if somebody has come into your life that has mistreated you, to some extent you've allowed that person in. Like you've allowed that standard to be acceptable.
Their energy, their negativity, you've allowed it to come in.
Yeah. If they've cheated on you, then you've allowed that type of person in. So you've not done your selection criteria appropriately. And the second thing is you've allowed that person to think they can get away with it. Because I guarantee that man or woman that's cheated, someone in their life they have chased and they would never have considered cheating on that person. So the only difference is standards and boundaries. And what they think they can or can't get away with. So that's on. You've got to, I think what I'm trying to say is for your exes to serve you, for you to truly believe what we've said. Because if you're watching this going, my exes aren't good for me. I've just broke up with this one guy and he was horrible.
He cheated on me.
He cheated on me 12 times and he punched me in the face. Like, how is that good? Yeah. So I'm not saying being punched in the face is good. I'm not saying being cheated on 12 times is being good. That's horrendous. What I'm saying is, look at what was wrong in that relationship and go, you should raise your standards and go, I now know criteria of what I'm never going to accept ever again. So in some way, you should be able to spot that criteria approaching you in a social setting much faster.
And you need that pain. You need to have
I've not had that level of pain, but you need pain.
You need pain to realise what it is that you actually want. And sometimes it takes for us to go through a few relationships to understand that, to realise what we're worth as well, our self-worth. And I think we don't have enough of that because, again, what are we worthy of? And our past relationships dictate that. So if you're being cheated on, you may naturally, by accident, attract someone who will do it again. Because maybe you're allowing them to. Maybe you've given them that vulnerability that you're allowing them to say, it's okay to cheat on me because I'm still here for you. Yeah. And it's good. And we'll go for dinner tomorrow. And some people do take the piss, don't they?
They do.
And I think Miles and I have had a collection of that. So I remember hitting about 27 going, this is not on. And then I wrote my list. And that helped me see just visualise what I actually wanted. So
there you go. There's just some reasons, some things that we hope are useful to help you just look at your exes in a different way. Like Wayne Dyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So,
and that's true.
Yeah,
it really is.
So change your perspective, see the good in negative situations.
And that's hard.
It's hard.
Know it is.
Yeah. But when you change the meaning, it can change your whole life when you change the meaning. So, hope that's been useful. We'll always say it on these videos. Please share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Take care.
See you.
Bye.